Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Anita, and I'm coming at you with a tag video. And the tag is 8 more pen questions. Let's get into it. I want to just say thank you to Seemownay for making this all happen, and for LianeLikes, for both of you ladies, for coming up with the 8 pen questions tag and keeping it alive and going for another year in the fountain pen community. Thanks so much for doing that. I am struggling today. Y'all don't want to know what I just went through. I'm going to say it so I can have it for posterity. I got through the whole video and then realized the phone wasn't on. I'm like, wait, what? How did I do that? I could swear I started it. All right, let's go. I had stuff written down, so I'm not gonna have it over here anymore because that would just defeat the whole purpose of a video. I'm just gonna talk it through. I will put the questions on the screen and I will tell you my answers. 8 more pen questions. Okay, I'm good. Let's go. Number 1, do you have different uses for different pens? Not really. I have one pen that's a Jinhao 9016. It has a Fude nib, and because the nib is bent, you can write bigger with it. I'll insert a picture of a Fude nib, and yeah, that's the only pen I would say that I just don't use whenever I need to write something, because the nib is bent and I tend to write a little bit bigger with it because the edge where you write tends to be a little bit bigger, or at least maybe it's the way I'm holding it. Maybe it's a combination. I don't know. But yeah, I tend to use that for big, bold headings if I'm using it at all. I haven't been using it that much because I like to grab a pen and then do whatever I want with it. So not really. That would be the only one. Every other pen is used whenever I need to write. I don't discriminate at all. Number 2, how do you choose the inks and pens you will use next? What I typically do is I look for a pen that I haven't used in a while, and I try to pair it with an ink that I haven't used at all or have not used in that particular pen, so that I can have different experiences with my pens. I have a pen journal, and I have a page for each pen as I've been using them. I started this beginning of 2024. Yeah, the beginning of 2024. So for a year, I just have my currently inked notebook. But now, whenever I use a pen and an ink, I come to this book and I make a note of the pen and the ink that went into it, and when I did it, which is typically the beginning of the month, and I keep track here. So the next time I use this particular pen, the plan is to use a different ink. It won't be Robert Oster Emerald. And I don't refer to the book. I usually remember, but if I'm unsure, if I'm not 100%, I know I've used this particular ink, I will come and look so I don't use the same thing again. But that's pretty much what I do. I just look for a pen that I haven't used in a while and pair it with an ink that has not gone into the pen at all, or it's been a long time. But I've got so many inks at this point, I can surely use something new. Number 3, which pen do you prefer for longer writing sessions? Excuse me. I got a big old cup of water over there. For longer writing sessions, I prefer the Pelikan M800 because it just feels so good in the hand, and the size is just about perfect for my grip. Maybe it was just slightly bigger. The barrel flares out a little bit. It gets narrower and then flares out at the end. Just a little bit bigger. Like the sweet spot would be between this and the M1000, but I will take that for now. Another favorite for longer writing sessions is this particular TWSBI. I love, love, love the way it writes. I don't even notice the grip on it, which sometimes, because I have a death grip that's loosening up, I get a little tight with it, but I love writing with this combination so much that I don't even notice if I'm doing that. I love it. And another favorite for longer writing sessions is the Esterbrook SD. This pen feels really good in the hand. I love it. So typically it would be this particular TWSBI, but if not, it would be one of these two pens. Or it could be a Leonardo Momento Zero. Not the Grande, the regular size. The Grande is a little big for me around the grip for longer sessions, but the regular size is just right. Number 4. What is your all-time favorite pen? Oh my God. I don't know. I don't want to pick a favorite. Currently, today, this particular day, my all-time favorite pen. This is hard. I don't want to pick a favorite. Okay. Asvine B200. I love writing with this pen. For a piston filler, this is currently my all-time favorite. For, oh, I'm sorry, a vacuum filler. For a piston filler, it's the Pelican M800. I love, love, love writing with this. And for a cartridge converter, it depends on the day. It depends on the day, but because I have more options that make me happier, it will be the Esterbrook SD. These cartridge converter, vacuum, piston. These are my favorites of all time as of today. Oh, and if we're gonna say capless, the Jinhao 10. Yes, categories. Okay. If you had to choose one nib size, what would it be? Number 5. What would my one nib size be? I've only ever used standard nib sizes. So this will roll into the next question. And my favorite is the 1.1 stub. But I don't mind a 1.0 stub either. I've only had that experience with Pilot pens. And part 2 to me is your favorite nib grind. I haven't tried any specialty nibs like a Sig nib or Reverse Architect. I haven't done any of those yet. I won't say it's on my list of things to do, but it's gonna happen. So I can't speak to that intelligently with experience. I can only presume that because I just simply adore stub nibs, that any specialty grind that is a variant of a stub is probably one I'm going to like. But when the time comes, probably by next year this time, I'll be able to answer that from experience. So that's number 5, and number 6, my favorite nib grind. Number 7, if you could only use one ink for the rest of your life, what would it be? That would be horrible. Oh, no, I would never do that to my life. But if there was only one bottle of ink left because the world was in peril and, and the inks were evaporating and I could only save one bottle. Oh God, that's so ridiculous. I would save Wearing Gold Wayfarer. I love that ink. I really do. Now, to be honest, the first time around when I forgot to hit record, I said I would pick 2 brands because there are so many inks to explore, one being Sailor and the other being Diamine. Even though my favorite inks are either Robert Oster or Waringal. But I would choose Diamine or Sailor because they have so many options. But yes, if I had to pick a bottle, I would pick Waringal Wayfarer because it is teal with blue shimmer and I love it so much. Okay. Number 8. What is an absolute deal breaker for you for a pen and for an ink? A deal breaker for an ink is easy. Currently, scented inks, in my very limited experience with them, are too wet and feather. I put this in a pen and it was a disaster. It was terrible. Maybe I'll try this in one of my Kavecos because those tend to be dry. Let me make a note of that. I'm going to leave it out. Anyway, right now, maybe it won't be after today. I don't know. Right now, scented inks are a deal breaker because they're the ones I've used, both Diamine. Maybe there's a handful, maybe 3, 4. I don't know. They're all just too wet. So I don't look for scented inks. Those are deal breakers. For a pen, a deal breaker, problem pens. I'll give you a story. Okay. Now, most of us in the fountain pen world, if we've been here for, I don't know, more than a week or so, you've heard of a Visconti Homo sapiens, very pricey pen, well over, we'll say it's around $800 at least, and it can go up from there. Those pens are notorious for nib issues, and if I'm spending that kind of money on a pen, I don't want to have a nib issue right out of the box. That's a deal breaker. I will go and buy 3 or 4 really nice pens, or even 2 really nice pens for one Visconti Homo sapiens, knowing that when I take out this other pen from the box, that there's nothing wrong. And it's going to do what it's supposed to do, and it's going to do it beautifully, and I'm going to be happy. That being said, I do have a Visconti Mirage Mythos, and that pen has been wonderful out of the box. Right from the presentation of the pen, the packaging, the experience writing with it, everything was beautiful. But I don't know what it is with those Homo sapiens. I don't know. I don't want to have to see a nib smith because I got a bad pen. What happened to quality control, y'all? And another brand is Narwhal with the piston. I don't want to have a piston issue and have to go and find a wrench to fix a pen right out of the box. I just won't buy the pen. And I've seen Novelor pens, and they're so pretty, and there's so many special editions, but just the thought of dealing with an issue like that right out of the box turns me off. It really does. So, that being said, well-documented production issues are deal breakers. So there are certain things that I won't go there because I don't want to have that experience. So yeah, there's that. Okay, and finally, bonus question. What is one pen everyone should have? I'm a practical person, and I believe that you shouldn't feel any kind of stress about your pens. If you want to take your pen outdoors, like you're going to go, if you're going to go to work, you're going to go on vacation, you're going to go wherever you're going to go, you shouldn't feel stressed about your pen. So everyone should have a pen that is a low stress pen, but it writes predictably well. And if you happen to lose it, or if it broke or got anything happened bad and you no longer had that pen, you can just go and get another one, and it's not going to break your budget or make you think too hard about it. Oh, it's just $20. How many people could waste $20 on something? Oops. Good thing the nib is retracted. This would be the pen I currently think everyone should have, because I think it's a low stress pen. You can get one for the low if you don't mind waiting, if you go on AliExpress and get it from China, or you can go to Amazon and get it from there for about 20 bucks. And it is a good writer. There's a bunch of color options, only 2 nib options, extra fine and fine. But when the nib is so tiny, I'm not bothered by that for some reason. I don't know. And it's retractable. It's so convenient. You can bring some ink with you, or bring ink cartridges if it's Pilot cartridges, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm assuming it fit Jinhao cartridges too. I've got some of those somewhere around here. This is just a low stress pen where you can find a design, a color rather, that you like, and you don't have to worry about it. And it's convenient. This is what I really like about this pen. Now, I could say everyone should have a Pilot, sorry, not a Pilot, but a Pelican M800. It's a beautiful pen. It's an amazing writer. I love this pen. It's been inked nonstop since I got it. But you know what? I'm not taking this pen anywhere unless I'm packing up and moving house. I don't want to worry about it. And all of my pens are precious to me. And, you know, they've all not all of them, but many of them have hit the desk a little awkwardly. Not with the nib exposed, but they've all hit the desk. But I just don't think something should be so precious that you can't use it whenever you want, and it's a stressful situation. And since I've discovered this pen from my personal life about 2 weeks ago, I knew about it when it came out, but I didn't bother with it because I just didn't feel like buying anything. But now that I've tried this one, I think everyone should have one of these because it is a low stress pen. You're not on and off with the cap. You're not worried about it cost a fortune. You're not stressed if somebody picks it up and wants to try it. What a low stress experience. And it looks nice. So I think everyone should have one of these because it's low stress. I'm going to penable someone with one of these. I can't wait to do it. I'm so excited. Y'all will hear about it because I'm going to make a video for this person to refer to so they know how to manage their pen. But yeah, I think everyone should have one of those. Yeah, because then the whole world will be writing pretty. That's it for today's video. Subscribe if y'all want to hear more from me because apparently I'm a chatterbox and I got a lot to say. And talk to me in the comments because I like hearing from you. I will catch you in the next one.